streaming.
That's what I need. Hey, everybody, welcome to QOTD, the show, the only game show that puts you on the air. Trish, Bella, JJ, how are y'all doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Good.
So, all week long, people from all over the world have been answering our questions. Each day we put a new question out. You guys have given us your best opinions, thoughts, and insights. And then everybody has been voting. Today is the finals, the big day that we've all been working for, where we add up all those votes, take the best users, and put them on the air. We're going to have our final votes today from you, and whichever are the users that you choose are the best, they're going to win a little bit of cash. So, Trish,
Yes.
what were our questions this week?
Well, on Saturday, we asked if you could break any law in society and get away with it, what would it be?
But we had more, right?
We did. On Sunday, we asked if we were growing anything in your garden. On Monday, we were wondering in your past life, what would you be? And we wanted to know your most embarrassing job. That was our question for Tuesday. And Wednesday, we asked if your love life could be represented by a candy bar, what would that candy be? And lastly, we wanted to know what your cult classic movie reboot would be if you could choose one.
So, with no further ado, let's find out what you guys had to say about those questions, starting with question number 1.
Oh, I love this question. It's so good.
Yeah, same. All right. If you could
help us out.
If you could break any law or rule of society, what would you like to get away with?
I mean, I don't want to jump in here, but I was actually looking through some very niche laws the other day, and I found one that says in Hawaii, you will be fined if you do not own a boat.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
I
mean, people get away with that one all the time, right? Or
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it might just be like since they're on an island, maybe they need to like get around to the other islands and like get back to the mainland United States. I don't know. But
yeah, but I want to break some little annoyance law. I want to break a big law like gravity, you know? Something.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good point.
Go
big or go home.
Let's see. I would probably, I don't know if it's a law, but wanting to not have to pay for my rent and health insurance, but still having both a home and health insurance would probably be the rule that I would want to break, because living in New York is just too expensive. So the rule I would choose to break is living for free, and that money would not be a rule for me to have to live by.
I love that.
Nobody wants to pay their bills. That's a good.
If in this world I'm allowed to break any rule or law, I think it has to be a rule that would benefit other people, not just myself. Because if I did something where it was just good for me, then that probably would go pretty wrong and people probably want to kill me. So I think I'd have to do something like somehow outlawing poverty or making healthcare free for everyone.
See, he's afraid of the law of the jungle.
Yeah.
If there was one law I could break, it would most likely be identity theft. I would take the identity of some super rich billionaire and just completely steal his life. I know it sounds bad, but it really does make a lot of sense to me.
That stings. That really stings.
Yes, beyond Musk.
I mean, hey, work smarter, not harder. If you get access
Oh my
to that
gosh,
money,
I already know which one. So I like to go, me and my girlfriend like to go on long distance vacations. And if there's no such thing as a speed limit, and those roads, they're like super long, and you can just go as fast as you go, that would be amazing. Just go like 120 miles per hour, or 200, 120.
Yeah, that's one that we've all broken.
I would like to do bad things to hateful people. All the, supremacists and all that.
Wow, I'm not sure I'd go violence, but
If I could break a rule no one else could break, I would absolutely rob a bank. Like, absolutely. There would be no one else trying to compete with you to also rob a bank because you're the only one. It would be like a walk in, walk out kind of thing.
Yeah, I would like to be in a caper for the rest of my life. Well, y'all, it's time to vote. Which one of these answers did you think is the best? If you are on BeOnTheAir.com, on your phone, there's a bunch of buttons, and they are labeled, oddly, 1 through 6, just like the ones on the screen. Click one of those buttons, and let's send one of these guys to the finals with $25.
yeah, vote quick.
Luke. Congratulations, Luke. He is going to speed. He is going to do the thing that we all like to get away with. You know that feeling, and I don't know if you guys have ever been pulled over, but I have. And that feeling that you get in your heart when you see the siren behind you, I would like to sort of get rid of that for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Well, looks like we have the next question.
Are you growing anything in your garden this spring?
Yeah, let's hear from all the horticulturists out there. Are any guys?
I wouldn't exactly call myself that. I don't even know what that is. But not this spring, but right now I'm trying to grow lettuce. Have you ever seen the trick where it's like you take romaine lettuce, and once you've cut it up, you can take the stalk and put it in some water and it'll grow a new one?
Ooh,
I have one kitchen table, and it's sprouting. It's working. 4 days, and I have a little leaf, and I'm very proud of her.
That's
She's doing great.
That is a big first step on your gardening path.
Right?
A horticulturist is just a gardener. It's just somebody who grows.
Fancy word for gardener.
Yeah, well, we like the.
Okay, I don't know if this is supposed to be a metaphorical question, and I apologize if it is, but no, I am not growing anything in my garden this spring. I live in an apartment, and I'm 22, so I don't have a garden.
Bella, you got to talk to Sonia.
Right?
A little lettuce.
Yes, I'm actually growing a lot of things in my garden this spring. I have pumpkins and watermelons. I have some sunflowers growing. I have a few roses. I have daylilies. Let's see what else. I've been really trying to grow strawberries, and for some reason, where I live, it's really hot. So strawberries aren't working, but everything else is just taken off. The pumpkins, I have easily 8 or 9 pumpkins. It's pretty awesome.
Just like me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
They're like crazy.
Wow.
I actually am growing something this spring. I'm trying to get a basil plant kind of set up on the balcony of my apartment, and my mom always had a brown thumb because everything she tried to grow horribly died, but hopefully that doesn't run in the family.
That's a good thing to grow because basil's expensive.
Yeah.
It's easy to grow. Really easy. And it tastes much better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it's fun.
I was really thinking about a garden actually because I want to save money on vegetables and also regrow what we throw away. So I'm thinking about green onions, lettuce, cabbage, cucumbers, all that. Potatoes, everything.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I do not have a garden, but I would like to have one. Trying to get a green thumb.
Yeah, a valley.
So I live in Tampa, and I'm currently not growing anything in my garden because I don't have space for one. But at my house in New Jersey, we're growing strawberries and blackberries.
This is strawberry territory here in New Jersey.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
I know
Yeah,
that.
we're famous for our strawberries and our cranberries and our corn and tomatoes.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not lucky enough to have a garden, let's at least appreciate those who are mixing their labor with the soil. So let's give everybody a vote and just click on one of the blue buttons on your phone to send your favorite answerer to the finals with a little bit of jingle in their pocket.
Crystal.
Oh my god. Yes, I think we love supporting new hobbies.
Yeah.
Get that garden going.
Yes, when you're growing a garden, you're growing yourself.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, well, I like those words. I sure do.
So on Monday, we asked, who would you like to believe you were in a past life?
This is a fun one.
Yeah, I don't know if I would be a particular person, but I'd like to think of like spirit animals. I'd like to think that maybe I was a fox because I like to think that I'm like clever and strategic. So I'm going to say a fox for myself.
And you know, foxes have sort of an odd smell too. Do that. Sort of a muddy odor. But you know, I'm just saying, you know. Not Cleopatra, huh?
No.
Having some fun with the question.
Royalty.
I want to be like a professional gambler from a last life, you know. Something fun. My part. Maybe. I don't know.
Pirate.
Ben Frank. Oh yeah. Well, space pirate, obviously.
Space
A parrot. I repeat a lot of stuff like over and over and over again. So if I was a parrot, it'd make a lot of sense.
Another spirit animal.
Yeah. Channeling.
In my past life, I think I'd probably be a farmer, someone with just like nothing around for hundreds of miles, just basically planting stuff, working on the fields all day. I feel like it's opposite of what I do now, but that's what I feel like I did in my past life because, you know, that's what I wish right now I was doing instead of being in a crazy city.
Oh, I am feeling you. I really am.
Garden, man.
It's this time of year.
I don't know too much about history, but there is one person I remember reading about in middle school named Deborah Sampson, who during the Revolutionary War disguised herself as a man so that she could fight in the army. And she only left the army once she got injured and sick, and her identity was found out. But that's always stuck with me because of like what a brave person that is, and I try to emulate that sort of bravery into my life. I've never had a situation like that, but I'd like to think that I could be someone like that.
I did a project on her.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Right?
You can't
Maybe.
be her. Baby's gonna be her. Was her, I suppose. Well,
In my
what if
past life, I would like to believe that maybe I was someone of royalty, maybe like a queen or a princess. Maybe not super well known, but still lived like a very lavish life and was very powerful and like to have a lot of power. I think that would be a super cool past life to have.
Pulling the strings.
Yeah. I like the not well known.
Who would I like to believe I was? Oh, I'd like to believe I was someone important. But seeing as there were tens of billions of humans, let alone even before humans, like Neanderthals and all of the proto-humans, I probably was, if reincarnation was a thing, was probably just some random dude eating berries off a bush or something. But, someone important would be nice, I guess. Have contributed to the world in some way instead of just some caveman, dying in his 30s. That's probably the most likely if reincarnation were a thing,
His math is bothering me. It's the opposite. Because there's so many people.
I would say that if I were in a past life, I'd like to think I were something maybe in the medieval days like a bard or a jester, because I think that would absolutely be the most fun job.
Medieval times.
Cool.
Looks like a bard.
Yeah. Now, at first you look at him, you're not thinking bard, but then he says bard, and you're like, oh, yeah.
You're like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, what are we going to do here, folks? Somebody's going to have to go to the finals, and it is up to you. Click on those blue buttons, and whoever you choose to go to the finals will go.
Oh, Farmer.
Yeah. We often talk about there being themes for each of our 6 QOTD questions in a week, and farming seems to be coming up. There's a lot of talk of strawberries today.
Those Jersey berries.
Yes. Jersey corn. I was like to talk about that upstate corn, but no way.
Okay. We also wanted to know this week on Tuesday, what's the most embarrassing job you ever had? Love this question.
Oh, I have had a jillion jobs. I mean, I've had a jillion jobs. None of them feels really embarrassing, but that's maybe because I just have no pride. But the funniest one, I've been a fry cook and I kind of like that. I guess the funniest one was that I worked in a florist, and my job was I had to make the little strings on balloons curly. And I couldn't do it. Everybody would get mad at me every day because my little ribbons not curly enough.
Really?
Is that a thing? Maybe not, because I wasn't in public, like a sign person,
More pressure.
That'll be my next job, probably. I'm gonna work on my moves.
Yeah, it's a skill.
Yeah.
Hey, talk about doing the hard work. You're advertising.
You never get to sit down. You're just sitting there doing that all day long.
Good arm.
This. Contestant one.
Yeah. I don't know what is happening.
Yeah, I think you may have to hit the refresh button.
Yes.
Yeah. Either that, or we're all going to have to answer the question, bar embarrassing job, and then you guys can vote on us.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Here. I think we got it.
Most embarrassing job. But father's pretty embarrassing to them.
The most embarrassing job I had was running the changing rooms in Macy's Herald Square. It was just chaotic, and the demands I got from people was pretty ridiculous.
Oh, I wish she would have told more.
Yeah. Stories.
Hands down, the most embarrassing job I ever had was as a birthday hostess at a little kids play area that was attached to an ice rink. And inherently that is not embarrassing, but when the parents requested that the polar bear mascot make an appearance, that was me.
We're lucky. big intimidating creature?
Scary or embarrassing, I'm not really sure, but I once lived in Paris and I got a job dressing us up as Uncle Sam and standing in the American Express and answering questions about the United States to French people who were curious in French. Well, that was scary.
Really,
Mock-
that's
They must mock. You can only imagine because you're figuring he's a pretty tall guy, big tall American. People making fun of
Super
you.
lucky that I've never worked an embarrassing job, but I used to work as a busser in a Mexican restaurant in high school, and we had these disgusting tubs full of water that we put all the salsa bowls in before they got cleaned, and it was literally just bowl, water, salsa, chips.
Disgusting.
Yeah. No.
Horrible.
Probably would have to be shoveling manure.
All right.
classic.
Yeah, you could say.
The most embarrassing job I ever had was probably during college. I responded to an ad on Craigslist looking for like models for like a prom supply company. So I had to go and pose and take pictures that are on like keychains and picture frames in their catalog. And my best friends still to this.
Oh, I don't think that's embarrassing. I think that's cool.
Hey, it's not like you're like on the cover of GQ when you're that kind of. Let's click a big blue button and send somebody to the finals for their most embarrassing job. That is so funny. Uncle Sam in Paris. I'm sure that he was a beloved character. Or
chips and salsa.
Oh,
great job, Parker.
Sounds nasty, nasty.
I know.
The big tub of salsa.
Yeah, less embarrassing, more repulsive.
Yeah, not as embarrassing as Uncle Sam, I don't think. Oh.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just picturing that huge hat.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. And also the French are really they are very particular about their language, so.
Yeah. So I also wanted to know this week that if your love life was a candy bar, what candy bar would it be? So we got lots of great answers to this question. For myself, I don't know. My love life, I guess I'd be more of like just a Hershey's Kisses kind of gal, I think.
you're not a good and plenty.
I'm not good and plenty. Neither.
Oh my goodness, we've been practicing these puns all week, folks.
Oh, I have one. I got a pun. Okay. The mine it would be Milky Way because there's just a large pool of people. It's as big as the Milky Way.
Ah, okay. Okay. Puns that you have to explain are a little, borderline. Let's go. Let's embrace it. Someday you could be a dad and you could have dad puns like right at your fingertips.
Okay, I don't know if this would be a good answer, but I guess there's no good answers. I would say peanut M&Ms. I know that's not a candy bar, but this is how I look at it. My love life, there's lots of different people from all walks of life that have come in and out of my love life. So to me, it's like the different colors of the peanut M&Ms on the outside, but then at the root of it all on the inside, I feel like everyone that's walked into my love life has had like a very mature like we've had a mature connection, at least on my end. So I look at like the peanut to be like that mature part of the candy. So yeah, that's what I would say for that answer.
All right.
Very deep analysis.
Skittles, but it's got the maturity of the peanut.
If my love life was a candy bar, it would be the Zero candy bar.
Oh, Chris.
Why do they even name a candy bar a Zero bar?
If my life was a candy bar, I think it would be an arrow bar, yeah, because it's kind of empty.
An air bar. You said you never had an air bar.
No, I've had an airhead.
Yeah, a lemon of a Sour Patch Kid.
If my life was a candy bar, I would be a Snickers because you would have this nutty chocolate caramel flavored person with a little nougat in the middle. Okay.
Nice.
That's so
I
good.
know exactly what she means.
If my love life was a candy bar, it would have to be a Snickers because I'm a little nutty. I like my men a little nutty and silly, and I'm caramel and soft on the inside, and I like my men chocolate.
All right. All the elements of the Snickers bar play for her.
Mm-hmm.
If my love life was a candy bar, I'm just gonna make it a candy instead. I feel like it would be black licorice because for a really long time no one has liked me.
Oh. But the people who love black licorice really love black licorice.
Sure, they're ride or die.
Those were some good answers. It is time to vote. If you're on BeOnTheAir.com, you've got some blue buttons on your screen. If you're watching us on, say, Twitch or YouTube or one of those kinds of things, that's all right. You can sort of vote in your head, or you might click one of the links that are inside the description and give us a vote or an applaud, or maybe even record your own answer.
Nox.
Nox.
Set an air bar. Oh.
Yeah.
You gotta set these guys up.
Exactly.
Right
There's-
into the show.
We should have like the QOTD dating service. We'll just connect people.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that would
Because so many people said no love life today.
No.
It's a
Yeah.
February's right around the corner, guys. Got to get a move on before St. Valentine's Day.
That's right. Our last question of the week, we wanted to know which cult classic movie deserves a reboot.
I'm a movie lover. I got a lot I would like to do. How about you guys?
Ooh. I've been thinking about it. I've been trying to think of movies, but honestly, the one that I'm kind of down to see is a TV show called Cyberspace. It's a very like niche show that honestly a surprising amount of people I know have seen, but it was like an iconic kids show about kids who like explore the internet.
Oh, I know it.
You what?
Cyber Chase, right?
Oh my god, yeah, Cyber Chase.
Yeah, there was
yeah,
some
Cyber Chase.
Oh,
On PBS.
actually,
Yes.
that would be good.
I
So
love-
good.
It was like on like sometime near Arthur, is my recollection.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. But yeah.
I don't know if any of you guys saw that movie Dread with Carl Urban from like 2013, 2011. But it was a reboot of a previous Dread movie, Judge Dredd. That was really good, and it was really good. I don't know if I want a reboot of it. I want a sequel with Carl Urban because like it was so good. It was like that movie The Raid Redemption, which is another cult movie I wish would have more sequels. But yeah, that movie. If not a sequel, a reboot, because I mean I think that's just a cool idea that deserves to be seen. Because that movie, I think it lost like $6 million, but it was great. It had good reviews. People liked it. It was cool. It was that.
Huh.
The cult classic that I think needs a reboot is definitely The Breakfast Club. You can't hate this movie. You can rewatch it, and it basically applies to everybody. Sadly, the reboot probably will never happen, but generation after generation, this movie applies to everyone, and it needs a reboot.
So if you reboot it, do you get rid of the 80s music or?
Yeah.
I would say that The Little Mermaid deserves a reboot. The songs in Little Mermaid are fantastic, and I'd love to see a live action version of having everything under the water.
That would be pretty awesome.
It's
That's
coming.
happening.
Yeah.
I like the underwater part.
The trailer they released looks really good, I will say.
Live action?
For me, the one cult classic film that deserves a reboot would be Mean Girls. Everybody loves Mean Girls. Mean Girls was classic. Everybody quotes it. everybody knows the characters in that movie. It's just the one film that deserves a reboot. I would even say White Chicks deserves a reboot. Hilarious movie. It's a shame that they don't have a second one for both of those films. So for me, the winner, Mean Girls.
That
They
just
have
got me.
Mean Girls too.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
I kind of want to see, what's it called, Parent Trap be recreated in like 2022 style and see how, or like what or who they would cast. Would they stick to the same type of scripts? I kind of want to see that.
Right, Lindsay Lohan did the first reboot, right?
Yeah.
I think Legally Blonde definitely deserves a reboot. So it's been years since the first one came out. So I would definitely like to see a reboot of Legally Blonde. So
I think they also have a sequel for that one too.
No kidding. I mean, I know that there's a musical, right?
Yeah.
Well, these are hard choices. There are so many good ideas in here. I hope that Hollywood is listening. But now we have to choose our best. So go ahead and click one of the buttons that are on your screen and let's send one of these folks to the finals. Man, Buckaroo Banzai. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats, Andrew F.
Yeah, The Mermaid, right?
That's right.
Yeah. You know, I was against this because I think Disney movies are such classics, you don't want to redo them, but live action, under the water, sound travels further, good for music. Oh my goodness. You know what that fireworks means? Yeah, it's time for the finals. The finals when we pick the winner of the winners and somebody goes home with $100. So let's do a quick review.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I already know which one. So me and my girlfriend like to go on long distance vacations. And if there's no such thing as a speed limit and those roads, they're like super long and you can just go as fast as you go, that would be amazing. You go like 120 miles per hour or 200, 120.
So Luke is our favorite answer for the question. If you could break any law, what would you like to do?
I do not have a garden, but I would like to have one. Try to get a green thumb.
Yeah, Crystal's telling us about the garden that she would have.
In my past life, I think I'd probably be a farmer, someone with just like nothing around for hundreds of miles, just basically planting stuff, working on the fields all day. I feel like it's opposite of what I do now, but that's what I feel like I did in my past life because, that's what I wish right now I was doing instead of being in a crazy city.
What would you like to think that you were in a past life?
Super lucky that I've never worked an embarrassing job, but I used to work as a busser in a Mexican restaurant in high school, and we had these disgusting tubs full of water that we put all the salsa bowls in before they got cleaned, and it was literally just bowl, water, salsa, chips.
What was your most embarrassing job other than Repo Man?
If my life was a candy bar, I think it would be a arrow ball, yeah. Because it's kind of empty.
So we call self-deprecating humor answering the question. If your love life was a candy bar, what would it be?
I would say that The Little Mermaid deserves a reboot. The songs in Little Mermaid are fantastic, and I'd love to see a live-action version of having everything under the water.
You lucky dog. You get your wish. The question was, what movie do you think really deserves a reboot? So now we have heard our 6 questions and our 6 favorite answers. Now vote. We're going to pick the best of the best of the best. This is going to be your grand prize winner. Click on the big blue button and let's send somebody home with a little prize.
Who's it going to be?
It'll be...
Yeah, well, I am making my calculations. Not telling you guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think we have a good group of answers this week. A lot of good insights.
Yes, well, we have a thoughtful group, and that is sort of when you think.
Oh, congratulations.
She is our grand prize winner of the week, answering the question, what are you growing in your garden this year? And the answer is she's just starting out. She is going to grow and evolve along with the cantaloupes or tomatoes or lettuce or basil or whatever else that she's growing. I'm a big gardener, so I think that you're making the right move. Congratulations to Crystal and to everybody else who made it to the finals or just simply shared themselves on this special edition or whatever on this edition of QOTD, the Question of the Day game show. So the way that this works, we have now finished the week. Every day we came out with a new question. You guys recorded answers. You voted and sent your people to the finals. But now we're beginning again. We have a new set of questions that we'll be releasing tomorrow.
Yep.
Does anybody here know what we got and can give us a little hint so we can get ready and maybe get a super duper answer ready?
Yep.
I have a few questions. I have tomorrow's question. I have a summary. Tomorrow's question is, what celebrity would you want on your zombie apocalypse survival squad?
Yes! Yes! This is a great question. Great question. Well, everybody, you should be tying on your thinking caps and thinking about it. What happens when the other shoe drops? Who do you want by your side fighting the undead and trying to create a new opportunity for human civilization? That's a big question. Yeah. Well,
up on your Walking Dead.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Walking Dead kind of lays out a lot of the tricks, or maybe you're a Zombieland fan, right? They kind of tell you what you need in order to survive. You know, need is a bunch of rules, apparently. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. We really appreciate it when you share a little bit of yourselves by recording, or if you're just maybe a little shy, just come on over, give us a couple of votes and stars, and you can play our bid and guess game, which is a lot of fun too. So, for myself, and for all you guys right here, Trish, Bella, JJ, and for everybody at Consolidated Wonder, I want to thank everybody for watching and for joining us here on our little show. Everybody have a great weekend, and we will catch you on TV.
Bye.
Bye.
I do not have a garden, but I would like to have one. Trying to get a green thumb.